signal is good. It's a bit windy, it's a bit overcast. So just that's all I hope. That my signal is good, you can hear me, you can see me. And if that all works out, then we're fine. A quick visual descriptor before we get going. I have long brown hair, glasses, a pink shirt, silver bracelet, coffee mug in hand, with some beautiful trees behind me, and a kind of a dark sky. You know, it's it's very overcast. Very overcast. What are you gonna do? Enjoy it, that's what. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, whatever makes your day marvelous. It's good stuff. And stick with me because at the end of this stream, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be sharing with you a link to one of my news stories on Kindle Fella. But let's talk about something that's really important in the era of hustle and side gig culture. Because it is undeniable that all of us, or at least a lot of us, have this intense pressure to achieve, to do, to work, to build. We have jobs, we have full-time jobs, we have part-time jobs, we have side jobs, side hustles. Maybe you're going to work every day, office or restaurant or factory or anywhere in the world possibly. And then you're being an Uber driver or a DoorDash delivery person. Maybe you have a business on the side. Maybe you have your own website where you sell your own merch and products. Maybe you're a live streamer and you're being sponsored by other people's companies. That becomes a job in itself. Maybe you're looking for a job, and because looking for a job has become a job all in itself now, you're out there looking for a job, working your tail off, while still trying to do things to make sure that you maintain the electricity and the roof over your head, and make sure that you have gas in your car so that you can go out for your interviews. The point is, life is busy. This is the 21st century. And in the 21st century, in the 2020s, it is a life of speed. And what does that mean, a life of speed? Well, it means that we're always on. Whether that's being busy throughout the entire day and then having long, sleepless nights, watching streaming shows, getting online, jumping on group chats and whatnot, talking to people in video rooms, or playing your video games, anything to find a moment for yourself. And that's what I want to get at, a moment for ourselves. Are you making time for you? Now, on the offset, you're going to look at staying up all night watching those shows, watching those programs or movies or playing your video games, and you say, well, that's my time to myself. But if you're like a lot of people, you're always on the precipice of your personal time and your busy time being at odds. Stay up too late, and the next day you're just exhausted through your work day, and then you do it all over again. So what is time to ourselves? It's time that we're fighting for, that we desperately wish to have. And I know saying desperate sounds a bit negative, but shouldn't we be fighting for our own time, for our ability to relax? And actually, let me reframe that. Why do we have to fight for time for ourselves? There's no denying that for many, many people right now, we can't get by usually on a single income. You can't afford to live on a single income. And if you're lucky enough to be able to, then you're also living a different style of life where, again, suddenly they get that creep where you need to do more and more and more. So what does time to ourselves have to do with any of that? Well, part of the stress, part of the overwhelming nature of this fighting for our own time comes from the fact that we've forgotten what time to ourselves is. I don't speak for all of you, but I bet I speak for a lot of you when I say that time that you try to use to unwind can be as exhausting as your workday. You lose yourself in a zombie-like state, merely plodding along. So I invite each and every one of you to properly make time for yourselves. I'm not going to say what you should do, but I will say that time for yourself should be something that you enjoy. It shouldn't feel like a chore, and it shouldn't feel like it's so exhausting that you can't perform any functions the next day. Time for yourself should be relaxing. Now, if you need to work multiple jobs, I understand. That's the nature of a lot of places we live now where you need that extra money. But if you're doing that every day, you're going to burn yourself out. So we're going to start with something not that revolutionary, but definitely in a lot of ways unheard of now. Start taking your own weekends. Seriously, start taking weekends again. This doesn't seem like something that you should have to be told, but I bet that during the weekend you find yourself so busy that you don't actually get that relaxing moment. And if that's the case, you're not actually being unwound, you're not relaxing, you're not being recharged by your weekend, well, then you need to reapproach the weekend. And again, I understand we need to do many things to move forward in life. So you don't have to stop, but you do need to actually reclaim the weekend. Reclaim nights off from work. If you work a 5 day a week job, 8, 10, 12 hours, I know there's people out there right now who are working 12-hour days. If that's you, reclaim your weekend. And if you're working 6 days a week on a side hustle, maybe cut it back to 4. Give yourself an extra day to recharge. Give yourself an extra minute to yourself. Take 2 minutes, walk outside, touch some grass, run your fingers through sand, breathe. Look at the look at the sky. Shut the world off. And I don't mean shut the world off like just isolate yourself. No, just all that noise, all that distraction, all that guilt that we get when we're not doing something, turn it off. Throw it away. Kick it out. Say, I don't have time for you right now. I have time for me, myself. One of the other things that happens in this busy hustle culture is our relationships with other people start to break down too. Maybe your spouse, your partner, your roommate, your friends, maybe your family. These are big reasons why we need to shut the world off. And that's my invitation to you. Shut the world off, reclaim your weekend, get your time back. If you've been wanting to spend a day wandering around a shopping mall, going to see a movie, getting drinks, having fun, do it. If you've been wanting to go to a concert again, if you've been wanting to take up bicycle riding or go for a hike or do something with no intention of it being a productive activity, do it. It isn't a hard concept. Not everything we do has to produce something. And I know that there's a lot of guilt in regards to time that is spent not producing something, not doing something that furthers our dreams and our goals, but that's something you need to do. Boredom, getting lost, doing things just to do them, these things enrich our lives. They enrich our hearts, our spirits, our bodies, our minds. Take that time. Do those things that serve no other purpose than bringing a smile to your heart and joy to your spirit. Reclaim your weekend, even if it's one weekend a month, because that time is going to become invaluable to you. Be free of worry and stress and discomfort for a day, 2 days. Don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't take a vacation, because I've seen that floating around online. Taking long vacations is somehow bad. On the contrary, taking long vacations can be the only way to really get back into the full groove of your capacity to do things. Take your vacation, take your weekend, enjoy your life, and don't assume that everything you do has to make money. And while you're at it, get an extra cuppa. You definitely deserve one. Now, I'm just going to share really quick a link. It's going to be somewhere nearby, and that's a link for my story on Kindle Vella, Kindly Can We Go? Now, I have talked about Kindle Vella before, so I'm not going to recap all of that. But what I am going to say is Kindly Can We Go is a fun story. I'm having a lot of fun writing it, and I hope you have a lot of fun reading it. It is, at its heart, a story about friendship, and I'm also about trying to figure out how to live life and how to connect with people. But more than that, it's a mystery. It's given an undercurrent of some supernatural presence. Kindly is a woman who lives by herself, who's keeping people at arm's length while also really wanting to connect with other people. And when her friend Lacey loses her apartment, Kindly does a kind act and lets her friend come stay with her. But shortly thereafter, something otherworldly enters into their lives. How will they react? What will happen? Where is this story going? What is this shadow? And what does it want? Please consider reading Kindly Can We Go? It's on Kindle Vella. You can like the stories, you can follow the story, and you can leave a review as soon as you're done reading the first 5 episodes that are up right now. I would appreciate it if you did. And please share the link, get other people reading it. But definitely, please leave a review. It would mean the world to me. You have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care, be excellent, and I will see you all again very soon. All right? Bye, everybody.